and Mistress Harley.
Hey everybody, it's the Awesome Pod. Johnny Taylor here. I'm so stoked to be here with Mistress Harley and Diana Prince. How the fuck are we?
Fucking awesome. Awesome Pod.
Always
Pod.
awesome.
Gotta be awesome. Gotta be awesome for the Awesome Pod, right? I mean, Brendan is in the UK and he's on some weird time. I just don't know what to do with Brendan these days.
That's all right. We'll catch up when we catch up.
I could punish him, but I think he would like it.
He has to pay for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That costs extra.
Yes.
I did talk with Brendan briefly this morning, and he seems like he's doing pretty good. He's stoked to be on his way to the UK. He's there now, but a lot of traveling for all involved these days. Do you guys watch this edition of Dynamite from Portland? How about that Portland crowd?
They were hot.
Fucking amazing.
Portland's always great.
No bullshit Louisville crowd, tell you that.
Stop it. Just polite.
The people of Portland are enthusiastic, whether it's about like knitting, crafting, making your own bird art, like they are there for it. And so if you show up to wrestling, you're there for it.
That's true.
They were definitely there for it. So we'll hop in, and so Tony Schiavone's backstage with MJF. MJF takes a call from Adam Cole, and Adam Cole is growing what I like to call a heel beard. This is the beard that will end up as a prequel to his complete heel turn that I'm sure he's going to have at some point in the near future.
I have a theory on that we can talk about later.
We could talk about it now if you're ready.
Well, okay. The double. Like a lot of people are saying, like the Adam Cole. What do you guys think about that? I think, wow, mind blown. It makes so much sense.
It does make sense.
I think it would be awesome. I would love it if it was Adam Cole, but he's hurt, right? Like,
I mean, is he? We don't know what's going on.
Hurt can always be a
cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Diversion technique.
Plus, is the devil actually doing anything? He's just the one with his head popping up, and his henchmen are the ones actually doing shit, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and are we ever going to reveal who these henchmen are, do you think?
I mean,
or they're just like,
is it the kingdom?
Nameless to say. Yeah, I know.
I love a classic masked assassin gimmick in wrestling, where it's just like any dudes in masks, they show up. Like, who are they? Doesn't matter.
I think Excalibur was like, he's getting beat by the masked assailants, which I thought was pretty fucking awesome. Adam Cole seems overly worried about MJF. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Doc protests too much, but he definitely seems. He definitely seems. Yeah, he seems a little like, I've really been worried about you every single fucking day, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Relax.
Maybe he's planning an intervention.
Yeah, he's that's
an intervention of what?
Well, that's just that kind of talk. Like, I'm so worried about you,
gotcha.
man. Like, maybe it's a Burberry intervention. I don't know.
Brendan would be all over that.
Oh no, he's gonna be sad he missed that.
One time I drove to my friend's house to do like a one-on-one intervention, and he had my favorite whiskey, and we ended up just getting drunk.
Oh my god!
So that sounds real.
Don't ever invite me to an intervention. I'll just go to a party. So bottom line is, so Roderick Strong shows up. He's doing his little Adam gimmick. He then kind of looks right into the camera and says, I need to show people who Roderick Strong really is. Pretty good opening segment, I thought. Little pre-match. And it's leading into MJF taking on Danny Garcia with Angelo Parker and Matt Menard. Angelo Parker looking straight up like he's doing Sha-Na-Na cosplay. He was in his Bowser feels in a big way. I fucking loved this match. Can I say? Really, really, really great old school. A lot of timing, a lot of holds. It was short, but it was really, really, really good. What do you guys think of this one?
Loved it.
I
Definitely,
thought it was
we brought the pro wrestler out of Daniel Garcia this time.
Yeah, he was doing his thing.
I thought it was a good match, but it had all the tension of a water balloon fight. Like, can you have a title match when you're not physically in possession of the title? Even if you win, now you got to go get the belt from another guy?
I guess that's true.
Right. It does take it, and there's this thing where I love having like a banger match with a huge star go first, but I'm kind of old school where I kind of like if you're defending the belt on TV, I like it to be in the main event. I really do.
And it has to be there. The ref has to like hold it up and show you like 10 pounds of gold was what it was in the old days. So
Right.
You know,
The NWA title. I have to mention one spot. MJF landed a hammerlock DDT that looked like it would have crippled any normal human being. It was a terrifying looking spot. And then Garcia lands a leaping pile driver that looked like it murdered MJF. A lot of stiff stuff in this, and that sounded dirtier than I meant it, but it was very good. I like MJF. MJF is fully in his babyface era, like completely embraced it. He wants to shake Daniel Garcia's hand. Even the fans are chanting Danny.
Sportsmanship, man.
Yeah, they wanted it.
Yeah. They wanted it bad. It was the ruined orgasm by the by Daddy Magic and Shauna Na, and it was like it was a cool little moment. And boy, man, Portland really, really, really loves MJF.
It was a good moment, but it was also like that moment your creepy uncles come and stop you from like shaking hands with your friend. It was a little I don't know, weird vibes.
Mistress Harley was creeped out by it.
I wasn't. I was sad. It's like, come on, Daniel, do the right thing.
Yeah.
But I also see it as the beginning of him tearing away from them, and I don't want that either. Because as much as Daniel Garcia is a great, just technical wrestler, like I love his sports entertainer side so much, and I don't want him to lose that. So I'm scared if he breaks away from the 2.0 dudes. the former Jericho Appreciation Society, that he's gonna lose his entertainment side.
But there's got to be some heat. Otherwise, he's just like, I'm a baby face fighting baby faces for baby face reasons.
I mean, he's often a heel. He's kind of heely. He gets back and forth.
Yeah, he's a hybrid.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that dance move, that's not a baby face dance.
Yeah, no, that is a heel dance if I've ever seen one.
I want him to go full Rick Rude with the dance.
Yes.
God damn, I loved Rick Rude. R.I.P. Rick Rude. They do this vignette, and I love that they did it. It was Mark Briscoe and Jay White kind of showing kind of the history of their relationship outside of AEW. Showed a lot of tag team battles in Ring of Honor, which I thought was great. And it made the main event seem a little bit more important, which I enjoyed. But not nearly as much as I enjoyed Darby and Sting taking on, you got it, the last honest condom, Truth Magnum, and Turbo Floyd, the Outrunners. The Outrunners look like the Midnight Express blew their load, and then electricity got a hold of it and created the Outrunners. It was their Grizzades 80s to the max.
Yes. I thought they looked like a Jim Cornette Smoky Mountain Wrestling gimmick, like all the way.
Oh my God, totally.
1,000%. They were Smoky Mountain to the extreme. This is a glorified squash match. I got to say, Sting kind of playing up to the crowd before he got whatever outrunner guy, hopefully it was the last honest condom, in the Scorpion Deathlock. I loved it. What a cool moment. The crowd was going ape shit, and that's the one thing I love about AEW is that they bring legends in, and not to like clown them. They really show like respect, and it's an homage to like the history of the business. And this is Sting's last run, and him soaking up all the shine. I'm here for it.
Definitely.
I hope it's not his last run, because I was at WrestleMania 31 when I was told it was his last run, and that match with Triple H sucked. So, like, I want him to have like 100 last runs, just like Ric Flair.
Exactly. I'm
Right.
hoping it's not really his last run, but I'm acting like it is, but hoping for the best, you know?
Right. He's Sting, first off, don't have an aging Sting take on Triple H in 2015 or whatever. Every match that Triple H had post 2005 is not great. He had a 3-year run from like 1998 to 2001 where I thought he was maybe the best wrestler in North America. But goddamn, a lot of that stuff is bullshit.
I left that WrestleMania mad.
Yeah, no, it will. I've left a lot of wrestling matches where I was like, man, fuck you.
Same.
Well,
But
and because it was supposed to be in San Francisco, but it was in San Jose. For those of you that know the Bay Area, those are not the same place.
they're not. It was at Levi Stadium. I was there too. I did not see you,
Oh,
Mr. Harley,
shout
but
out.
it was a long time ago. I did love Seth Rollins getting that big win over Reigns and Brock Lesnar. A real holy shit moment. I could talk about that all day.
Diversion.
That's that other company that our wrestling podcast isn't named after.
Well, it's okay to talk shit about the other guys, but we got to get to the Tony Storm backstage interview, right?
We're here. We're right here. Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida are interviewed by Tony Schiavone in full throwback black and white Tony Storm theme. And I fucking love Tony Storm. I love her. I think this is the greatest women's wrestling gimmick AEW's had, in my opinion. It's a short history, but I cannot wait. I hope they do the right thing and they put the belt on Tony Storm.
I think they have to at this point. Like, she's so built up. How anticlimactic it would be if she didn't.
Yeah.
Also, I love Sheeta slapping the shoe out of her hand.
I do too. She does so great. Like, honestly, I'd be happy if she kept it because I think her reign has been too short, But,
Right.
Honestly, I'm happy either way. But I feel like Tony's getting such a push right now. It has to be her.
For fans of classic film, is Tony doing like a crazy Audrey Hepburn? Like, is she going like Audrey Hepburn plus 10? Like, the calla lilies on bloom again? Like, she's going for it.
She is.
Way over the top, but I like it.
I feel like
she's so
just
committed to
doing
the
like
character.
a juxtaposition of many different old school characters.
Totally. Yeah, she's taking elements of Monroe and Hepburn, a little Betty Davis in there, and she's
Sunset Boulevard.
Nailing it. Yeah, she's nailing it. Everything she's doing is gold. And I love Tony Schiavone acting like he's trying not to be completely captivated by Tony Storm.
Well, and he was getting a little pushed around, and he liked it.
Mm-hmm. Tony Schiavone likes that.
I like the mispronunciation of the names. Like, I can't remember exactly what that was, like Siobhan or something.
Yeah, so good. I'm going to say they're going to put the belt on Tony Storm. That's my official prediction.
But when? On the DraftKings app. When?
Oh, dude.
Dude, have you guys tried that, by the way? I have tried it, and I cannot get to work for wrestling.
I have not tried it. I only gamble with other people's money.
Well, have someone else gamble on it for you and teach me how to use the freaking app, because I really want to.
You heard it here first, boys. All you have to
Help
do
me
to
do
get
DraftKings.
Diana and Mistress Harley on the DraftKings app is get it all set up for us, send us the email. We'll show up.
I gotta tell you, I've never wanted anything in my life as much as AEW wants me to play DraftKings.
Dude, seriously. I can't resist. Like when it first popped up, I was like, haha, that's stupid. Now I'm like, damn it, I have to figure this out. I have to bet on whatever we're betting on here.
Right? It's like gambling,
Right.
but it's not gambling according to the law.
Very strange. Especially for wrestling though. It's very strange.
Yeah, you're betting on that's like betting on what's going to happen on Days of Our Lives.
Right.
I mean, if you don't know, I know a bunch of bored bitches who would totally bet on like what's going to happen on Real Housewives.
How do they know who knows what? You know what I mean? Like somebody in the know could go bet like $1 bajillion, right?
Well, even then, cards subject to change. Someone could break their neck right now, and they're not in the match tomorrow. Like
I suppose, but I have to figure it out. My goal. I will update you if I can figure this out.
We should do a special podcast where we all try to figure it out together.
That's gonna be fun.
Fucking Billy Gunn's back there by the booking sheet, just being like, this next match, I love the next match. Talk about a stiff match. Penta taking on Swerve.
Oh my gosh.
So many amazing spots in this match. It was highly competitive, which I liked. I thought they might, since Swerve has the big match with Hangman, they might have Swerve win more convincingly than they did. But man, really, really, really great match. And a lot of spots that looked very dangerous, including Penta hitting the Canadian Destroyer on the ring apron, which looked like it literally broke Swerve in half. Now, the match itself was great, but even better, I got to give it to Hangman Adam Page here.
Yes.
He showed the fire of a man that's toddler was threatened.
He did. He sold that
real.
shit.
He did. He had. He looked like he really wanted to kill him, and I was like, "Yes, Hangman, this is what I need."
It was some Clint Eastwood, like, you've murdered my family kind of vibes. But are we really going to talk about that match without discussing Prince Nana, like, always stealing the focus? Like, if his face is anywhere in the frame, he's always, like, hamming so hard. And sometimes it's distracting, but also delightful.
Yeah, Prince Nana, the GOAT. I fucking love Prince Nana.
I will also say, like, when you're there in person and he's around the edge, he's always yelling at the crowd, like, look at your friend now. Look how stupid he looks. So, like, even when you're there, he's stealing it.
I love the, like, more old school managers. Like, I love when Jimmy Hart would, like, walk around the ring with a bullhorn and shout at people. And I think that a lot of newer wrestling has kind of let go of that in favor of, like, really attractive people beating the shit out of each other, which is great. But I appreciate it. I appreciate a manager who screams at the crowd and, like, dances all sexy when everyone's not looking. Like, I like that shit.
I think I might not up as close as I can.
We can see it. We can almost see it.
Yeah.
Nana is definitely a throwback to the golden era of pro wrestling managers, which I appreciate. It's one thing I love about AEW is they incorporate an actual manager character and not like an advisor or whatever. You know, it's like I don't want to see somebody out there with their fucking agent. I want to see a goddamn wrestling manager. So, next up, Jay White. Go ahead.
Back to Hangman real quick. I just want to say that was great. Now you can move on.
I love it. Y'all,
I just love Hangman, and I love him being taken seriously. So,
he's real.
That was awesome. What do you want? Yes, love it. Because he's been just fun for a while, and now he's like, getting taken seriously as a badass all of a sudden, which I am definitely here for.
It kind of reminds me of that storyline where Diamond Dallas Page was stalking the Undertaker's wife. You know, where like he's in the bushes and it's like Michelle
Yeah.
McCool and she's having a nice day. And I know a lot of people didn't like that, including Paige, but I love that shit. It's like, yeah, make it more like a soap opera. Do that.
Right. I remember when, boy, did WWF fuck up Diamond Dallas Page. He was literally the hottest babyface in WCW, and they put him in that weird angle, and he lost all of his heat.
Well, we could talk about the endless treachery of Vince McMahon forever. That's its own separate podcast.
I know, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a special edition.
I was in a toy store recently, and I saw AEW toys, and there was an entire peg full of Adam Page, and I just thought, man, CM Punk is right. He's a
No,
peg warmer.
I have Adam Page merch.
He's a peg warmer.
I totally buy Adam Page merch, man, and now I need me a doll.
Christmas is coming, folks. That's
Yay!
AEW. Shop.
Yeah.
I got MG. Last year, somebody gave me an MJF for Christmas. Like, thanks, but no.
I have an MJF right now.
It was somebody who didn't really know wrestling. It was like, here, you like this, right? I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I like to wear the low key wrestling shirts where, like, if you know, you know. Back in the day, it was Austin 316, but now it's I'm better than you, and that's pretty on brand for me. So.
Yeah, I've got some wrestling shirts. Where were we? Oh yeah, Alex Marvez. First, we have Jay White and Juice Robinson hanging out with the Guns backstage. I think it's an interesting thing because the Guns, they don't even have to do anything. And that you're like, look at these fucking douchebags. And that is talent. You know what I mean? That is talent.
Heel energy.
So they were previously a little bit more comical, you know, and they're trying to be taken a little bit more seriously now, which I think we can't. You know?
It's hard. You know, you can't be a doofy.
They've let some of the jokes. Yeah, they just looking at them, it's just you want to laugh. And in a good way. Like, I love them. They're adorable. But when they're trying to act all tough, it's like, oh, no.
There's a vignette with the Don Callis family that had video game street fight scenes interspersed. Also, the sound mix was terrible on this. This can't just be Xfinity. It was all weird. The music was muffled. And you almost couldn't even hear what Kenny Omega was saying. And I got to be honest, it pissed me off. Anywho. One of my favorite segments.
Is this the Jericho one, too?
This is coming up. One of my favorite segments.
Is that the segment you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, it's Renee Paquette interviewing the Golden Jets, Kenny Jericho. Bro, what am I doing?
Kenny Jericho.
That's what they're gonna call him now.
That's what they're gonna name the baby.
Yes, Kenny Jericho. I love it all day.
New shirt coming out.
Yeah, it's just like a little baby with a lion heart pants on and Kenny Omega's head. Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. I almost said it again. Jesus fucking Christ. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega are back there. Jericho's kind of pontificating the nuances of having Kota Ibushi and Paul White taking on the Callis family. But who comes in? It's the petulant children, the Young Bucks. It's like jealous much. This is I loved this segment, and especially because I love that the Young Bucks are leaning in to being so clearly jealous. And I love that Kenny Omega started off being like, I don't want to fight you guys. And then by the end, he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to beat you. Good shit by four of the best in the business. I'm excited to watch Jericho and Omega take on the Young Bucks. I think that, to me, that's money.
I like it. I hate the Young Bucks. I love Jericho. But also in the soap opera of wrestling, I have to think about Jericho's previous best friends. And things just never kind of end well being a best friend of Jericho. And,
It's true.
you know, it's not that we can forgive. We just can't forget, you know? So I'm worried. I'm a little worried about Kenny Omega.
I think Jericho has grown. I feel confident in this friendship that it will last forever.
People can change.
Oh, Diana.
Exactly.
Diana,
I want to believe, man.
you
He's seen the error of
kayfabe.
his ways. He gets that Kenny is like a really good friend of his. They've been through a lot. I think it's gonna last.
I can't wait
It's
for the
not going.
Festival of Friendship.
It's not going. It's not going to. I'm going to make my official prediction. I actually think Kenny Omega turns on Jericho.
Can you see my hair?
Oh,
No.
I
Don't do that.
I think the elite blood runs thick, and I hope Chris Jericho has some more friends because
I know. I was gonna say, who's left for him? Kenny can't do that. Kenny's too nice.
So like George
Chris
W,
Jericho.
it's gonna be a preemptive strike on Jericho.
Yeah, it's Jericho's lost a lot of friends this year. It's not been, less gifts.
Well, you know what? We'll be his friends.
It's hard to be Le Champion, and as someone at the top of the game, at some point all you get is haters. It happens.
Also, Jericho, the whole time
lots
Kenny
of haters when you're at the top.
The whole time Kenny Omega was kind of turning on the Young Bucks, Jericho with a Cheshire cat grin on his face. He looked so proud of himself that he broke up this friendship. I loved it. Next up, you guys, we have meat.
Oh, I think he does like when people are, jealous.
Oh,
yes, the meat match.
Meat. Portland crowd. Fuck yeah.
I was gonna say that.
For a town that is
were they
so
chanting
vegan,
meat really?
They
were chanting meat. Yeah, Portland, famous for their
That's
vegan
amazing.
cuisine. Chanting meat was the height of irony, which I loved. They're like, meat, just don't eat it. Just don't eat the meat.
I'd be right there chanting meat too. There's all kinds of different meat, Johnny.
There were signs that said meat. I saw them.
Really? Oh my God.
This was a hell of a big guy match. A lot of great, man. How strong is fucking Keith Lee? Jesus Christ.
Both of them.
Yeah, the back suplex, Keith Lee.
I know. How do you single out Keith Lee?
I was like, good Lord, man. What a strong motherfucker. Joe gets the win.
Both of them are insane.
Yeah. It was exactly what you'd expect from getting these two guys in the ring.
I was thinking about calories. Like, how many calories does it take to pick up a Samoa Joe? Like, how many calories, how many Big Macs do you just kill the minute you pick up Keith Lee?
Totally. And God, Samoa Joe, how many calories does he eat to maintain?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
where I was going with it. It's like, these guys have high caloric intake.
Oh, yeah.
They're at the Shake Shack right now just trying to make up for it.
You got to be pounding 20,000 calories a day. Anywho, it's a hell of a match. Samoa Joe gets the win. He chokes the life out of Keith Lee. Then he does something that I thought could happen. I actually thought they were going to have somebody beat Samoa Joe for the TV belt, but he relinquished it. He vacated the belt. He's got bigger fish to fry.
He could have just thrown it in the trash. Ultimate heel move.
Dude,
he showed a lot of honor.
Shocking.
It makes sense.
He's been champion for so long, and he basically just shat on it and was like, I don't give a fuck about this. That's just
right.
This is too easy. It's meaningless now.
I think broke a lot of hearts. Yes, yeah. I know. It's like, fuck? The next person that has it's like, gee, thanks.
I know. It's like, oh, I won this belt that I couldn't even beat the champion for.
Well, Ric
I
Flair always said,
whatever.
you got to be the man, you got to beat the man to be the man. And when someone vacates a title, the next guy that gets it still has to beat the last guy. Otherwise, you're a weak champ. Like, them's the rules.
I know. That's why CM Punk is still the real AEW World Champion. How crazy would it be if he shows up at Survivor Series with that AEW belt? Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Oof. Controversy would reign. Orange Cassidy's had enough of John Moxley, guys. Completely. I love that Hook is there after we just watched two enormous men beat the shit out of each other. Hook's just there next to Orange Cassidy drinking a milkshake.
Dressed like the Unabomber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both chilling in their shades.
Yeah, I do love that
Copying
Orange
our style.
Cassidy. Seriously. Orange Cassidy cut kind of a serious promo here. He even took his shades off to reiterate that he knows he can beat John Moxley. We're going to get to John Moxley's response to this promo in a minute, which, in my opinion, was some of John Moxley's best work in a minute.
Mr. Paquette is good on the mic. It's true.
Man, that promo, it was amazing. And then Wheeler Yuya comes in, and he looks like he can't read 4 lines in a row. But anyhow, the Guns are out there. They got Juice in tow, taking on the Bollywood Boys. This is a complete squash. Guns win in less than a minute. I love that Colton compared himself and Austin to LeBron James, so they were made for TV. Great shit. The Guns are good on the mic. The guns know how to cut a promo.
Yeah, like I said, I miss them being a little more silly, They were kind of jokey before, now they're all trying to be serious, and I just can't take them that seriously.
The Bollywood Boys were also in this match, and I just have to point out how so many boys in AEW. You have like daddies, you have Daddy Ass, Daddy Magic, you got Dalton Castle's boys, you got Ass Boys, you've got Bollywood Boys. Like, it is like the gayest wrestling promotion, and I love that. I love it.
It's 1,000%.
We are here for
1,000%.
Here for it.
They're calling men boys a lot.
So much
in AEW. We're going to get to the backstage promo with Moxley and Wheeler Yuya. Here's what I loved about this promo, because when somebody understands their character so much that it kind of bleeds right through when they're cutting a promo. This was everything that was right about John Moxley's promo. He was like, I need to beat Orange Cassidy. I don't care that he didn't do anything. I have to beat him because just on general principle, it would be disrespectful and a bad example if I didn't. John Moxley in a nutshell.
As a resident of LA, I would like to kindly ask Mr. Paquette, no gang warfare at LAX. We have enough of that. Please.
Seriously, he's going to show up wearing colors.
No.
Yeah, don't do it. He is a nightmare walking, psychopath talking. Wheeler Yuya is terrible on the mic, and he just take a fucking acting class, please. Anywho, had to get
I
that
love
off
him,
my
though.
chest.
He's so adorable.
What would you want Wheeler Yuya to like specialize in? Like drama? Would you want him to be like 2 houses both alike in dignity? Like what do you want from Wheeler that you're not getting from him?
I want whatever he's not doing. Like whatever he's doing right now, he should start with doing the opposite of that, and we'll have at least some progress, I think. Poor Wheeler. Good Lord. You put a camera in front of him and he becomes like the worst B-movie character I've ever seen. And I know JB would agree with me. Just saying.
Does he? Do we know he hates Wheeler?
I don't think he hates. I don't hate Wheeler. I just think he needs to fucking
his
take
acting.
an class. Just one. Just take one. Go to the fucking UCB for just a walk-in class. You'll be better.
Well, and And I know we're not supposed to talk about the other show, but on the other show, there's a great Japanese guy named Shinsuke Nakamura, and instead of forcing him to like learn better English, they just started letting him be a heel and cut promos in Japanese, and he makes faces and he's incredible. And so like whatever they need to like let Wheeler Yuta do, like let him have what would make him great, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like Wheeler, he doesn't even have anything holding him back. You know what I mean? He looks great. He's great in the ring. And he speaks the most perfect English of all time. He sounds more English than I do. He has no excuse to be this bad.
Is bad. I mean, cater to what he's good at.
Right. Yeah. Just maybe stick him in the ring and then see what you get. A Wardlow vignette aired. This was very dramatic. He said he felt worthless because of one man and one man alone, MJF.
He needs therapy.
Yeah, I mean, talk to somebody. You know, betterhealth.com. You can actually find a therapist on your phone. Like, it's an app. Wardlow, look into it. Or just call me. I'll talk you off the ledge. He's working his ass off in the gym, looking big, looking tough. Dude, Wardlow, they have Wardlow positioned as really wanting to beat the shit out of MJF. There's a line, you know what I mean? There's like a long line of people trying to get to MJF.
Seriously.
What place in line does he have? And are we going to get there soon? Because you think you'd almost have to if you're doing all these promos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. I'm surprised how much they're doing that right now, because it seems like there's a lot more for MJF to undertake than Wardlow, but he doesn't want us to forget about him. So I'm here for Wardlow's revenge, but it does seem like, I don't know, there's other priorities, you know?
Again, it's just not
MJF's concern.
It's just not good enough beef. I used to work for you. I feel pathetic. Like, once you start talking about your therapy problems in your wrestling promos, like, it's not good. We don't want you to feel pathetic. Like, no one's like, yeah, pathetic. Like, give this man a little, like, some real shit. Like, MJF stole his girlfriend in high school, or, like, anything that feels more real than, like, I had a job and I didn't like it and now I'm sad. It's bad.
Okay. Don't put it like that. That sounds sad.
Here's kind of what I don't like.
It sounds pathetic for real that way.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not good writing.
Yeah, when I see Wardlow,
it is fair. It's what we learned about. You know, it is his past. It is his history, and he hasn't gotten his, like, I don't know, revenge against MJF, so like there's still something there that he's owed.
I like the long-term storytelling for sure, because this has been a slow,
really long-term.
But yes. I will say that every time I see Wardlow, it ends up making me feel sad, and I don't think like that's, you don't want to portray this like beast of a dude that you're like, man, first he got his belt stolen out of his car, and now this, you know, it's. Aww. It makes you feel bummed out, and like also, not in a great way.
You know, workplace violence is real, and I'm not trying to overanalyze, but you know, maybe there's some topics that are also like a little touchy at the moment, and so I want something more dramatic. I want something that doesn't make me feel bad for the dude. Like, no, if you gotta have a better hero's journey than like, I had a bad job, like. Quit your job, get a new job.
Also, I think it's interesting that MJF has not acknowledged Wardlow wanting to beat him up. Almost at all. He's not acknowledged, like, it's almost like he's like, I got bigger fish to fry than this Wardlow dude.
It's true. Yeah, damn it, give Wardlow respect.
How many of MJF's previous staff would like to beat him up? You know, it's a common problem to have when you're wealthy, of course.
All the poor hate him.
Brendan hasn't even worked for the guy, and he hates him like an ex-employee.
Brendan's the devil. Spoiler.
Dude, how crazy would that be? Oh my God, they just take it off.
That's why he's not here right now. He had to go do his bit.
Wearing a Wendy Williams shirt. This is what we're.
Okay, here's what would do the Wardlow gimmick for me is he also used to work for Wendy Williams, and Wendy treated him like shit too, and now he's just on a mission to beat up all of his like celebrity bosses, and then maybe that's like a little bit more for teeth.
Then we have the Wendy Williams Wardlow match at Full Gear. This is the wrestling
we've all been dying for.
You do not get on other wrestling podcasts. Red Velvet takes on Julia Hart, and can I say Julia Hart's moonsault is the best one in the business, in my opinion. Nobody does a better moonsault than her. She like floats. It's fucking crazy. She has hang time like she's Michael Jordan. Julia Hart gets the win over Red Velvet. But after the match, Sky Blue comes out and kind of has a little showdown. Julia Hart's kind of looking at her like, bitch, you still my steez. I think Sky Blue is still going to align herself with Julia Hart. I really do.
I think so too. I do too.
I think she's going to turn on Willow and Chris. I love that both Sky and Julia look so badass in that little showdown. And then Willow and Chris Statlander roll in there like they just got off the clearance rack at Contempo Casual. And they couldn't have looked more out of place being friends with Sky Blue. Yeah, I think Sky Blue turns.
I love that Julia Hart's doing like full Undertaker kind of look, and they even give her that time to come out to the ring, and that's hot. But also Red Velvet's makeup on point. So, it's hard when I like everybody in the match where I'm like, I want you both to win.
That's true.
Do good wrestler.
Red Velvet's her beat was fierce.
Well, the AEW makeup team in general is really, really good. Like, I follow them on Instagram. They have a lot of styles that I would love to copy.
Oh, we should have them on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
That would be awesome.
AEW segment.
Listen, I love makeup artists, so I have to follow that Instagram.
I get that reference.
Give Johnny the makeover.
Diana, I get that reference. Anyhow, backstage, RJ City has announced that AEW has signed Mariah May. Dude, Mariah May is a fucking bad bitch, dude. I was very, very excited to see Mariah May there. I also love that they're playing up that she's like an obsessed fan of Tony Storm's. I don't know if you guys remember when Trish Stratus had her little stalker. What was the stalker's name? She's like a legend. Oh, this is gonna bug me. She's Nick Aldis's wife. I'm gonna have to look it up, you guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, I like. Let's do the trivia after we've all got
Mickey James. Mickey James, for God's sakes, how could I ever forget Mickey James?
Awesome.
Jesus Christ, my brain. But I love if they're gonna have a little obsessed stalker fan that ends up wanting to kill Tony Storm, or is she gonna join Tony Storm as part of a starlet entourage? Find out next week on Dynamite. I love that she kissed RJ City on the cheek too, and RJ looked so uncomfortable. Very good. You guys, it's time for the main event.
Woo!
We made it there. It's Jay White, the fake champ, taking on Mark Briscoe. What did you guys think of this one? This was fun.
Super fun. I love Mark Briscoe, man. Give me more.
He's theatrical. I like his crazy eyes. I thought it was like, this match is like Renaissance fair looking guy versus crazy eyes. Because every time I see Switchblade, I'm like, that guy works at the juggling booth at the Renaissance fair. So that's just my take. But I enjoyed the match.
That is too accurate. Oh my God.
Have you been to the Renaissance fair? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's too accurate. I don't like that.
Yeah, he looks like a busted ass Sir Lancelot if I've ever seen one. So obviously we know with the stakes being what they are, Mark Briscoe's probably not going to win this match. He doesn't. Jay White wins in just about 15 minutes. That said, boy, did they have a fucking banger match. Super fun. And then the after match, MJF's music plays. MJF cuts a fucking hell of a promo on Jay White while Jay White's on the ramp. And Jay White kind of like holding the belt that's not his while MJF runs him down. Really, really, really great moment and a perfect lead into like what's going to happen at Full Gear. I loved it. What do you guys think of, and we talked about this a little bit last week. I'm thinking more and more they might put Jay White over MJF.
Well, I really like your theory because I was thinking once they announced that End of the World or whatever it's called in December was happening in New York, I thought that damn sure meant that MJF was still going to be champion. But I like your thought of giving the belt to Jay and then having MJF take it back then, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my current theory.
I just think no one takes an ass kicking like Jay White. And so he's always going to be somewhere in that mix, whether he gets the belt or not. He just like, he takes choke slams. He takes all kinds of bumps that look like would kill a normal man. So,
That's very true.
He's the perfect guy to be getting chased down because he can take a beating.
He can take a beating. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. I got to say, about Jay White, he's one of these guys that he's so accomplished outside of AEW, and I love that he's over as this heel character in AEW. He's like one of those guys that just continues to show, like, it doesn't matter what organization I'm in, he's got the chops, you know? He's just a really, really solid fucking dude. And kind of a perfect foil. This is really MJF's first real, since he's, had the belt. This is the first guy that I think, man, I think they might put it on somebody else. But we'll see. I've been wrong so many times. So we should probably talk about, well, do you think that when they came up with the End of the World pay-per-view name, like, do you think they realized, like, wow, by December 31st, it might actually be the end of the world? It's in the planning. They probably didn't see that coming.
Just a happy.
We got to talk about, we got to talk about what happened after, which we alluded to right at the top of the show. But the Acclaim get the living shit kicked out of them. They get thrown through glass. This was the devil and his masked assailants. As you know, I don't know if you guys read in Revelations, the devil was going to come with masked assailants.
At the end of the world.
Yep, they beat the shit out of them.
Is it normal for there to be like the stripper booth backstage where there's like a room and a glass and then like a bunch of chairs?
I loved it. I was like, who's using this room?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a fucking Tony Khan slam shack. So they're back there. I should mention that MJF does the thing where the MJF like music hits and they're all looking at the screen, and then MJF is behind them. It worked 2 weeks in a row, where they were so concerned about. Man, I can't believe they did that shit 2 weeks in a row. I'm like, wow,
Well,
What
just
is
like
that?
a video game, once you learn like the up, up, down, down, you just keep doing that power move until the other guy's dead, right?
Right, and it worked again. It works like a charm. If I ever have to beat somebody up, I'm gonna play like fucking Sleepaway Camp 2 and have them watching
Oh
the
my God.
screen, and I'm just gonna show
That
up behind them.
would do it.
They're gonna
All
have
right.
leeches all over them.
You would have my attention.
Diana, we
Yes.
know what party not to go to that Johnny invites us to. Keep that.
Okay.
The Sleepaway
but-
Camp 2 party.
No, I mean I'm in though. Like I just watched
Thank you,
Sleepaway Camp
Diana.
2.
Diana's like, actually, I'm still coming.
Oh, Johnny, you
Exactly.
still have one friend.
I know. Who knew? Brendan has completely abandoned me.
He's betrayed
Aw.
the Raggedy Bitch army.
He really has. I love that you got absolutely no pushback for calling the Raggedy Bitches fucking simpy nerds. I was like,
Aw,
like-
she didn't know, man.
she didn't know.
It was
That's
a
just
We
how-
love the Raggedy
mistake.
Bitches.
That's how sweet the Raggedy Bitch army is. They're just like, oh, nah, it's okay. We love her anyways.
Like we Urban Dictionary'd Raggedy Bitches, and we can see why there was confusion.
Right, for sure. We have to update our entry on Urban Dictionary to say
Yes.
fan of Austin. The show's over, you guys. And
No, he's our scumbag.
He's our scumbag. I love it. MJF over like Rover in Portland. I also think it's funny when he realizes the Acclaim's getting beat up. He does this like exaggerated, like, oh my God, I got to get back there. And then runs. He runs like it's almost like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. He runs to the back. He's like trying to dodge fucking camera equipment and shit. Cool segments in the show. And it does. I mean, I'm excited to see Jay White and MJF at Full Gear. I'm
Well, and
into it.
Samoa Joe at the very end, Samoa Joe came out and was like, "You're running out of friends," and was all spooky and creepy. And
Yep.
I would run from Samoa Joe in a dark alley. That's how I judge like how scary the wrestlers are. If it was nighttime and they were at the other end of the alley, would you run away? Like I can take most of the wrestlers. I'm 6 feet tall, but not Samoa Joe. No, I would run away.
Right. If you're Diana, you'd accidentally touch him on the butt.
Exactly. Well, make him touch my butt, which is why I wouldn't run away from now because now I know we're besties. So
You guys are
I can only
besties.
see
You
them.
touch somebody's butt.
Butt touching, scissoring, that's how you make friends.
exactly. That's always been my MO for sure.
I would love it
I
if
gotta
they-
interrupt. Full disclosure here.
Please
I have
do.
nowhere to plug in, and I'm getting a warning that I'm about to die. So if I go out,
Okay.
it's not because I don't love you guys. I just have no. This is a poorly planned electrical excursion here.
Let's rate the episode right now.
Okay. All right, let's
what
do
will
it.
What will we use to
Uh,
rate the episode?
How about Ring of Honor belts?
Ring of Honor belts? Yeah, fuck it.
Except
Retired,
That was a sad moment.
vacated Ring of Honor belts.
There we go.
Mistress Harley, let's go ahead and start with you. What would you rate this? Scale of 1 to 5.
I would give it a 5. I was actually really entertained. The whole time.
Wow.
Mistress Harley gives it 5 vacated Ring of Honor belts. Diana?
That's amazing. I'm gonna give it 4.5.
I'm gonna go with 4.5 as well.
Yay.
The ghost was with Mistress Harley. Loves Portland. Big fan of strip clubs, vegan food. The ghost loves it up there. That's where they go to have their alone time. Let's give away awards quick.
All right. Quickly. John Holmes, Biggest Dick of the Week award. Who you got?
Wardlow, he's a big pussy and needs to go to therapy.
Aw, poor Wardlow.
Straight up called him a big pussy that needs to go to
Wow.
therapy.
Usually guys have to pay me to call them that. So really, I mean, take it and run, right, Wardlow?
Oh my god. Mistress Harley, never change. Biggest stick
I'm
of the
going
week
Samoa
for
Joe.
me.
Joe.
Wow.
Samoa
Going
Joe
with
for me,
Joe.
man. Vacating the belt, man. I can't forgive that. It means something to a lot
Unforgivable
of
Sin.
people. It means something to me, damn it.
Biggest dick of the week for me, Jay White, who just continues to be such a bastard and a thief. I'm going with Jay White, and he's such a great heel, and he's such a cool heel. I love Jay
Somewhere a
White.
D&D game is missing its dungeon master.
Dang, that's
Aw.
that's a little too real.
That's a compliment.
What's next?
Hero of the Week award. I'm going Hangman Page. Coming out
I
defending his
agree.
baby's honor.
I agree 100%. Hangman wins Hero of the Week for me as well.
Yay!
I go Masked Assassins because they can be anywhere at any time. They have no allegiances. They are Ronin.
Wow. Okay.
Mistress Harley's always going to mix it up because she thinks evil is good.
Yeah,
I know.
good will always lose because it's
But
stupid.
hey,
Because
we
it's
need
dumb.
different perspectives.
Word to
Okay,
Spaceballs.
Freddy versus Jason. Showdown or match of the week. I'm going Swerve, baby.
I agree. That was a great match.
Me too. Swerve versus Penta was the match of the week for me.
And I love Lucha. I love Lucha.
I love Lucha as well. You guys, that was a fun episode. Thanks so much, Mistress Harley. It's been a delight having you on the show every week.
Yeah,
Diana,
thank you so much.
Well, it's
Diana, I
always
look
my
forward
pleasure.
to seeing you very soon. Real quick, while we still have juice in Diana's phone, what are we promoting these days?
Oh, nothing. I'm good. What do you guys got?
Mistress Harley, what are you promoting?
I am still trying to get the Interdimensional Wrestling Federation off the ground with Diamond Dallas Page. I am also podcasting, musicking. You can find all my shit on mistressharley.com.
Awesome. I am going to be in Appleton, Wisconsin in just a few hours.
Oh, yay.
So if you're in Appleton, I don't know who's there, but if you're in Appleton, the 9th through the 11th, come see me and Brian Posehn. We're going to put a hell of a show on. 5 chances to see us. I know that 2 of the shows are sold out, but tickets are available.
Congrats.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Tickets are available for the Friday and the Saturday late show, and I think some premium seating for the Thursday show. So buy a ticket, come see us, say hi. We're very approachable. If you want to get high, that'd be cool too. So, you guys, let's do it again next week.
Oh my God, we made it. Namaste, AEW.
Namaste, W.
Live long and prosper, AEW.
Yay. Love you guys.